you can see all my snackies.
They can see all your snackies.
Y'all can see my snackies. My snacky wackies up in my crackies.
You in front of a live studio audience, you just said that.
Yes, yes, I did. Hi, world.
Hello world.
Brought to you by Pampers. Brought to you by Pampers. I'm
Click
a
now.
big kid now.
Click now. Click now for Pampers.
Click now or forever hold your peace.
I love that my phone just immediately knows when I put SHEN, it knows I'm about to spell shenanigans. It's not like, oh, did you accidentally spell she? No, they know. I'm about to say shenanigans.
Instead of up to no good, it's up to no shenanigans.
Up to up to no bananigans.
Bananigans.
Bananigans. I don't know where else to go with this joke.
Banana.
Anyways, still spooky
Shit
season.
is bananas. Beef.
Despite us taking our
Is
2-week
it?
break, it's still October.
Yeah, I know.
Just
We took a 2 week break because our personal lives were kind of clashing a little bit, but now we're here, kicking ass, taking names, talking to all you beautiful people. Beautiful people.
beautiful people. Oh.
That's that's what we should open up to every time. It's just the beautiful people, the beautiful people. And instead of ah, have us chime in, blueberry and the pine cone.
But I like the running gag of me just hitting go live while you're in the middle of just doing a dance waiting for me to be ready. Just so I can look at you and be like,
yes, that's
anyways, we're live.
this time it was my snacky wackies that we opened up. Snacky wackies in my crackies. And no, you can't get some from down under.
I don't think I want your snackies from down under.
I got them on bottom shelf, okay?
The bottom shelf snackies with the bottom shelf wine.
Listen, Linda, we be on a budget. It is 2023. We be on a motherfucking budget.
Too poor to be an alcoholic.
Too poor to be an alcoholic? What? No. No.
Yeah. Last time I went to the liquor store and I spent well over $100, and I'm just like, it was 2 bottles of liquor, and I spent almost $100.
Yeah, that shit's getting ridiculous.
Suppose it's a good reason to stay sober, though. Or keep sober.
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. Need to save all that monies for gaming stuff.
Yeah. I still need to upgrade my graphics card on my PC so I can play Baldur's Gate without it stuttering.
Did I stutter?
Stutter. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to ask you this yesterday because you were talking about gaming stuff, and I completely remembered it and then forgot to ask about it. But did Randy ever get the Xbox fixed or get a new one?
No. He's
No.
too mad at it right now.
I don't remember if I said.
Legit, word for word. I asked him last weekend and he said, I am too mad to even look at it. And he literally pulled it out of the TV, out of the entertainment center, and put it on top shelf in our closet. So he doesn't have to look at it. No joke. Excuse me.
I don't know if I pitched it to you when the last time we talked about it, but maybe that I just come down on like a Sunday before he goes to work and bring my Xbox. See his reaction. Just like, oh hey, by the way, I heard yours is broken, so I brought mine. Just gonna flash it in your face before you go.
That might upset him a little bit.
And then I get home, and you're just like, so anyways, you're not invited back.
Yeah, that's exactly what that would turn into. But so you have a new game.
Yes. So last week, or 3 weeks ago now, but last time that we did this, I had a little game for her called Metalcore or Eyesore, where I gave her a bunch of fake band names and one real band, well, fake metalcore band names and a bunch of real metalcore band names, and she had to guess which ones was the metalcore band and which ones were fake or not a metalcore band. And this week, I had the idea of, since it's getting close to Halloween, she has to guess the horror movie based off the Ice Nine Kills song. So I'm going to give her the song title. If she doesn't get it, she gets 2 lyrics. And for some of them, because the song title and the lyrics aren't descriptive enough, I will be giving a couple hints. But anyways, how well do you think you know your horror?
Honestly, I thought I knew it very well, but right now I'm questioning my fanisms.
Okay, well, luckily, we start off with a fairly easy one. So the first Ice Nine Kills song is The American Nightmare.
Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yep, that is a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes!
Like I said, like, some of them are fairly easy. I'm surprised that one I knew I wasn't really going to have to give the lyrics to you, because the first lyric wouldn't have really given it away, but the second one definitely would have, because it's just the 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you song, basically. But they switch it up.
Yeah, that's like a dead giveaway.
Yeah. Alright, so she's got it. Nightmare on Elm Street's the first one. Second one, a little bit trickier. Your number's up.
Your number's up. Okay, I have like 3 in mind.
Give me 1.
Either Saw or one missed call.
It's not either one of those.
Okay. Lyric.
Lyric 1. You picked up the phone when mom and dad left you alone. I want to know who I'm looking at.
Scream.
It is, in fact, Scream. The entire song is based off the first scene in the first movie. So it's all just playing off stuff that happens in the
I
scene.
figured as much.
Yep. The second lyric, also a pretty dead giveaway. No silver screens or movie scenes. When your number's up, it's time to scream. So yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, another one. This is another one that should be pretty easy. Thank God it's Friday.
Friday the 13th.
It was Friday the 13th. Lyrics also fairly good giveaway. Just looking at the first lyric, just part of it is Mommy Knows Best, and that would be a pretty good giveaway.
Yeah, that's like a major dead giveaway. I feel like Friday the 13th was like the first movie that was like, oh yeah, I have mommy issues.
It would have been Psycho, because Psycho came long before Friday the 13th.
I never seen Psycho.
Neither have I. Everyone knows the twist, because literally you watch any movie that's like the greatest horror movie twists ever or something like that, or greatest horror movies ever, they talk about Psycho, and they talk about the twist about how he's got, always talk about his mommy issues, how a boy's best friend is his mother and all that.
I'm gonna have to find it and watch it. I'm gonna have to find it and watch it and then give you like a review.
Make sure it's the original one and not the one with Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
The fact that they thought
Vince Vaughn, because you're done.
The fact that they decided to make a shot-for-shot remake using Vince Vaughn should be funny, but the fact that it is a shot-for-shot remake and Vince Vaughn tries to play it straight kind of ruins it.
Oh yeah.
If it was Vince Vaughn doing his usual Vince Vaughn thing in a horror movie, I think it would have been funny. Would have been ironic rather than, painful. Anyways.
True.
You are 3 for 3. This one's pretty hard. Number 4 is Savages.
Children of the Corn?
Nope.
Okay. Lyric.
Won't heed the call of the law, won't follow the pack, 'cause the sound of the saw is our soundtrack.
Second lyric.
We are the savages, eating you alive, the original, villains in the night, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, we are the savages, we are the savages.
Why is this giving me Trick or Treat vibes?
I could somewhat see where you're getting that from, just based off the second lyric, but it's not Trick or Treat.
Hills Have Eyes?
No. I only say no with hesitating saying the no because I think the family that's in this movie is somewhat based off of the same family that that movie's based off of.
I wouldn't know it then. I don't think so, unless it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's the only other. Is it? Is it?
It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, bro.
Want to know what my next hint was going to be? The family's based
What?
off of Ed Gein.
Okay.
Okay, so that one was a little harder, but you did get it. So you're 4 for 4. This next one, I know is really hard. I would have had a hard time guessing this. Worst vacation, but it's, if you were to pronounce it the way it should be, it's Vorst vacation.
Vacancy?
It is not vacancy.
Lyric.
First lyric. On this trip, there are no survivors, and in this club, your life don't mean shiza.
Oh, so it's a German movie. Somebody takes vacation there. I don't think it would be Hostel, because if I remember Hostel, that's like a term. Is it Hostel?
It's hostile.
Bro.
My poker face is really bad this time around. Last time, I'd smile all the way
It
through.
really is.
Last time, I would just smile through it no matter what you said. This time, I start to laugh as soon as you guess it. Should have just kept let you go.
Well, Hostel, I was thinking about Hostel whenever I said the first name, but I was vacancy. Hostel was going to be my second guess, but like I couldn't remember if Hostel was German or not.
It's not made by, if I remember correctly, it's not made by Germans, but it's set in Germany.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is the hotel was German? I couldn't remember if the hotel was German based or not. Okay, so I got 5 for 5. What's up?
All right.
Technically, only because you keep giggling.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep giggling non-stop. That way you'll never know. Alright. Number 6 is Ex Mortis.
Isn't that a fear of spiders?
That's arachnophobia.
No, that's arachnophobia. Okay, Ex Mortis. Lyric.
Deep, deep down in the cellar, feel your spirit disengage. May God have fucking mercy, cause you'll just have to turn the page. With the woods all splattered red.
Second.
Deep, deep down the forest, a resurrection awaits. May God have fucking mercy when these 5 poor fools press play on a tape that's draped in dread. Can you hear the evil dead singing?
Is it Evil Dead?
It is Evil Dead.
What's up?
You're doing really good. You know your horror.
Dude, I was raised on fucking horror movies and I'm addicted to the shit. Like, legit, I was so happy with the ultrasound for my daughter because the way her arms were and her head was, it looked like bunny ears and gave off complete Donnie Darko vibes. I was like, this is getting blown up and set in my front room. Like, I'm so happy with my child.
Didn't she say she likes the spooky stuff too? Just a little bit? Yeah.
She loves the spooky shit. Every night before bed, she goes, "Mommy, read me a spooky story." And like, I gave her, like, one time I gave her, like, this bare basic, like, not really spooky, but there's strange noises in the closet. And mommy and daddy opened it, and then it was just a sleeping cat. And she's like, "Mommy, that's lame. I want a real spooky story." And she's 6, bro. She's fucking 6. And she's telling me that I have lame, scary stories because they're kid friendly.
When she turns like 8 or something like that, you should definitely get her scary stories to tell in the dark.
Oh no, that's her favorite book.
Already? Oh, I'm assuming you read them to her. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is her favorite book for me to go and get a story from. And she'll even tell me that some of those stories are lame.
Well, at least with those stories, you can blame it on the author.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Next one, if you have a next one.
Yep, I took 8. So you're 6 for 6 right now. Number 7 is Hip to be Scared. This is
Scared?
Yeah, this is their most popular song.
Lyric.
With my beauty routines and a fridge full of spleens, some might say it's extreme, but it's time to say goodbye.
Bloody Mary? No. Okay. Next lyric.
So to hell with good intentions, so to hell is where I'll go, but the devil makes exceptions for all American psychos.
Hint.
Christian Bale.
That don't tell me nothing.
It's like one of his most iconic roles outside of Batman.
I don't pay attention to actors and actresses. I know them by character.
It's been like the main character of this movie has been the focus point of several memes for the past like 3 years. And a lot of people misinterpret this movie. Because way too many people idolize the main character of this movie when the point is it's meant to be a commentary on the characters, on the type of person the character is and how kind of bad it is.
Next hint.
I don't even know if I have another hint. One of the lyrics I told you is basically the name of the movie.
American Psychos?
You're
Psychos?
You're close. Like, I almost want to give it to you.
Devil's Rejects?
No.
Devil's Rejects? I don't know!
It's American Psycho. That's why I said I almost wanted to give it to you, because you said American Psychos, and I'm like, ugh. If you dropped the S, you would have had it.
I've never seen that movie.
I really haven't either. I've mostly just seen deep dives on it and clips from it. Anyways, now you're 6 for 7. This last one's a little tricky. Rainy day.
Okay. There's a lot of rainy days.
There are many rainy days. This one's very clever with how they do it.
Lyrics.
Lyric 1. Fall through the cracks with the casualties, where freedoms throw down with morality. Become a soldier for the controller, or battle till you beat the game.
Second lyric.
Crawl through the holes in the evidence, where evil has taken up residence. No faith in what red and white will say. They save the truth for a rainy day.
Hint.
It's based off a video game series.
Blood Rain isn't scary, Randa.
The movie is scary bad, though. Scary.
Yeah, that's a horrible fucking movie.
Yeah, it's made by Uwe Boll. He's kind of known for making shitty movies.
Resident Evil?
It's Resident Evil. It's one of my favorite songs simply because of how creative they are with the lyrics giving away kind of what the song is about. Because the rainy day, kind of a reference to the Umbrella Corporation as long as red and white. But they also just straight up say...
Yeah, because, like...
He killed off that bottle already.
Possibly.
I don't know, I can't really judge. I didn't know how much was in it when you started.
There was only a glass and a half.
You finished that glass pretty quick.
Alright.
But yeah.
I'll be thirsty!
He's a little thirsty. But yeah. The lyric, where evil has taken up residence, is also pretty much a giveaway.
Well, see, I didn't even think about that. Like, my thought process was, okay, so red and white. I was like, okay, well, red and white, that's one of two things. That's Saw, or that's Resident Evil, because they both have the same colors in it. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you said game. And the lyrics somewhere said game. And I'm like, okay, but there's still two different things that work for this. And then when you said it was a game series, I was like, oh yeah, that's Resident Evil. Because Resident Evil was originally a video game before it became a movie.
Yep.
But they did make Saw games based off of the movies. Like, they did it backwards.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
They did the video game tie-in thing that people did during the late 2010s, late 2000s, early 2010s.
Yeah, it was, oh, you love this movie? Okay, let's make it a video game.
Well, actually, they've been doing that since the 80s. But yeah, they kind of
Well,
stopped
they got
doing that.
really heavy about it. They got really, really heavy in the late 2000s to early 2010s. They got heavy, like excessive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you 7 for 8's really good. Better than you did with Metalcore or Eyesore.
and see what's fucked up with that one is that I didn't even know like any of them except for I think like one.
Well, I mean, you got Nightmare on Elm Street without even needing the lyrics, and you got Friday the
And I've
13th.
never even seen it.
I know. I
I've
was
never
so
even seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
if you were gonna struggle with it, I was going to tell you we literally talked about how you want to watch this last night.
Yes. Yes. Ugh. Okay. Okay. So, I actually have
Segue.
something very special for our viewers. Is there anything else, my good friend, that you have to input before we start on this special?
I don't think so. I think I just wanted to do that segment. Do we want to do it again next week? Because I can get 8 more Ice 9 Kill songs to do.
I like it.
Alright.
I
Good.
like it. I like the game. I find it very, very, very fun. And I think, just maybe not give it away so much with your horrible poker face.
I did so good last time. I did so good. I made you second.
You did.
In fact, I made you second guess yourself most of the time.
You did so much. So, we are doing a special since it is the week before Halloween. Whoop, whoop. We are doing a special segment where our entire stream, minus the beginning, is about creepy story of a place that I found in Ireland. And I will put this out there. This story is gruesome. So, if you are at all
Faint of heart.
viewers discretion,
Little viewer
type
discretion is
thing,
advised.
faint of heart.
Granted, there's always a viewer discretion advised going into this. We are adults. We talk like adults. We act like adults. It's very much based
But we
for adults.
well, we typically do very lighthearted stuff at the beginning, but then I tend to take over and make it very dark. Sometimes we do murders, sometimes we do spooky places, sometimes we do history that is very fucking gruesome that I find over the week.
And this one's special because it's all of it. It's all 3 wrapped up into one.
Listen, and it is going to take our entire stream to get through because it is a lot, and I'm not even through all of the history.
She's...
So,
I literally invited her to the guest star thing, and she was still doing research for it.
oh shit. Dude, it is about a castle in Ireland, and it is very, very, very dark here. Okay, this entire castle is built on nothing but sheer blood. I swear to God. So this castle was built in the 1500s. Give me just a second because I forgot where exactly it was.
I wonder, does
Oh,
the...
excuse me.
If I do this, will you be able to hear the music?
I can actually hear it.
It works. Okay, I just have to share the screen with you. Boom, 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 boom.
It is in Cole Dairy Country Offley, Ireland. It is 6 kilometers north of the town of Groscrea. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Groscrea. Um, so, I'm gonna turn. So, basically, before this building was built, from what I understand of my research, druids practice magic, and which is how one of the superstitions of why there is an elemental that is on the premises, and this elemental will cause bodily harm. If provoked, otherwise it stays relatively like not really within view. It stays like low key in the background unless it's invoked. It's never really done anything to the Ryan family, which is who currently owns it. It was originally built in the 1500s, originally named, and pardon me if I mispronounce this, but it was originally named Liam Ui Bahane, meaning leap of the O'Bannons. And the reason it got that name is because the superstition is that two brothers left off the cliff that the castle was going to be built on, and whoever survived got chieftain of the castle. And the O'Carroll clan, which is the two brothers that left off, their clan was brutal. Like, they would savagely and very, what's the word? They would find a very clever and distinctual way to even kill each other or those who like got in their pathway. They were not very good people at all. And they reigned this castle up until 1642, when an English soldier, John Darby, literally like brutally taken the castle away from them. And the Darby family owned this castle until 1922, when it caught on fire. Um, I didn't really see what caused the fire, but one of the superstitions is the elemental didn't like the Darbys for whatever reason, and assisted this fire to become even more bigger than it should have been, and which literally left just the skeleton of the castle. Um, and the priest house is still left completely just skeleton. Um, they from time to time see shadow people, and even hear people chanting from this priest house.
Wouldn't doubt there's some druid spirits there.
Anything you want to add in to this?
I mean, the castle's got the old stereotype of the girl that fell from the tower. I know that much.
Yeah, Yeah, so that was actually one of the things is um they see either the governess or the nanny in the hallways with Emily and Charlotte. Emily was about 11 or 12 and Charlotte was about 6 or 7. And they you either see her and them three in the main hall, and they really only make themselves like noticeable in front of visitors, and sometimes some visitors say like they feel like somebody's brushed past them. um and Emily died after a fall off the castle on the southeastern battlements, and from time to time you can hear the sounds of child scream heard um through the castle numerous times by the Ryans. And then Charlotte's death, they don't really know what happened to her, but she's seen with a deformed right leg turned backwards behind her, running after Emily. So like your foot's supposed to be placed like this. Her foot's sitting like this, and it's all fucking deformed and shit. Low key spooky, bro. Like, if I saw a little girl running towards me with another little girl with a fucked up zombie leg, I'd be like, deuces. I'm out.
Damn it! I just first thing is
Um,
experience fear because there's a child running at me. 2, experience more fear because one of their legs is backwards.
what is this, zombie ghosts?
It's... I wanted to try to make a Children of the Corn joke, but one isn't
Do
coming to
what?
mind.
The music's a bit loud.
Is it? It's not too loud for me. I think you might be able to turn it down on your end. Like if you hover your cursor over it, you should be able to.
Oh,
There should be a volume control. Yeah.
I think it's for you. Talk.
Is it for me? Or is it not for the screen share?
No, it's only the guest volume.
Huh.
Try talking.
Do I just need to talk louder? Is that it? Because if I turn it down any lower, I checked the VOD last time, and even at this level, it was very hard to hear the music. Like, even when we were quiet, there'd be times where I knew the music had been playing, but it didn't show up on screen. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Now I can hear you just fine. The music's not overpowering you.
Hey. Anyways, I think you missed what I had said. I said I was trying to make a Children of the Corn, trying to make a Children of the Corn joke, but it wasn't coming to me. And even with that little distraction, the joke did not come to me.
I don't think you'd want the joke to come to you.
Probably not.
Well, basically the castle left dormant until 1974 when bought by an Australian Peter Bartlett. He bought it and there wasn't any information on when it exchanged from Mr. Bartlett to the Ryans. And I didn't see anything about that, but the castle has gone under many restorations and remodeling throughout the years from the time that the British soldier Darby owned it. But um they did find that there was a trap door where basically the spikes were pointing just right that whenever they hit the trap door, you would fall in and pierce yourself through the chest.
Ooh.
And they found over 150 bodies. That is 3 carts worth of bodies that they removed from the facility during restoration. Um, there was a known secret society, and they were bloody and ruthless. Um, and the even creepier part about this, because it's called the. Hold on. I don't want to be wrong when I say this. Yeah, it's called the Bloody Chapel. So basically, it's a trapdoor in the chapel, and you were let down. Well, in the meeting room, you could literally hear people dying next to you. Um,
God
and
damn.
if I remember correctly, you can still um you can still hear the screamings and gagging of people dying. Um and apparently there's also been strange smells of rubber have been reported during people's visits to the upper hall. Um
That one's a little weird.
and apparently bright light has been streaming out of the upper window, and this occurrence has been reported since the time of Darby's. When the castle was left a burnt out shell after 1922 burning, uh, this event was reported by passers by. Even now, neighbors have telephoned the Ryans and informed them of the chapel's illumination. That is fucking creepy.
Just to have the chapel randomly light up.
Yeah. That is creepy.
Turns out it's just Pennywise letting his deadlights out. Then again, I think that would be way too scary for you.
What?
If it was just Pennywise letting his deadlights out.
Bro, don't even be talking like that. I will go into places with demons. You want to move shit on me, bro? Move shit on me, okay? Because that just supports the fact that hauntings do occur, okay? But you get a clown up in the same motherfucking room with me, and I promise you, I'm gonna turn into a scared little white bitch. Like, my inner girl will scream the most blood-curdling, like, perfect scream better than the girl on screen. Okay? Okay.
Okay. It's kind of funny. Just the other day I was thinking of, because I saw like a video that kind of described both of us and how a little fucked in the head we are, and how fucked in the head we're gonna be if we grow old and end up in a home, and how messed up it's gonna be. But I didn't send it to you because there's a video clip from it.
Thank you, my good friend.
I was like, oh my god, Randa would find this so
So
funny. Oh wait, this is literally the movie that traumatized her.
I just made a fucking connection, bro.
Something clicked in your brain.
It did. Okay, so you remember how in the labyrinth they're in the tunnels and they're talking about being in the oubliette, how you're forgotten?
Yeah.
I swear to God, this is where they got it from. So, basically, in the oubliette, they would put either dying or already deceased prisoners into the oubliette. It was a small dungeon where prisoners were thrown in. And it was on the northeastern corner of the Bloody Chapel. And it's a small chamber, and originally was for basically to store valuables, and also used as a place to hide in an event of a siege. But over time, the O'Carrolls basically threw you in there, and the name is derived from the French word to forget. And the reason is because they would just simply throw you into the oubliette and simply forget about you, bro. Here you are, impaled, starved, whatever, dying in this small ass fucking room, and nobody knows where you are.
Yep.
Dude, that would be absolutely fucking terrifying. But the fact that that was referenced in the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie absolutely blows my mind even more so.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, that definitely probably is why they called it that in the movie, is because that's what it is. It is an oubliette.
Mm-hmm. And really, the O'Carroll's whole point is to achieve domination. There was several occasions where the O'Carrolls would employ other clans as mercenaries just so that they could kill them after they killed off nearby threats.
Yeah, at least they saved their money.
But before they would kill them, they would invite them to celebratory feasts, and the food was poisoned, and their throats were cut.
So they basically
Bro,
just
this is some like dark D&D shit.
so they basically would red wedding their asses.
Straight the fuck up. And the thing of it is when you first start reading this, it says that there are more deaths in this castle than in the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was referenced in this castle.
Damn. I also wouldn't doubt that that's where George R. R. Martin took a little inspiration from.
Apparently 39 of the O'Neill clans are said to be disposed in this fashion, In 1599, another deadly deed occurred at the Leap Castle. Charles O'Neill, the last chieftain at Leap, was at war with Earl of Tyrone and hired the MacMahon clan from Mangowan as mercenaries. After they had fought him, the O'Connells had a feast for the mercenaries. They were then murdered in their sleep. The MacMahon clan are said to haunt the great halls at Leap Castle. That is that is that is just that is just absolutely crazy. And apparently, there's a man who seems to live in the oubliette, and he leaves the bloody chapel on occasion and wanders down the lower levels of the castle, seen by the current owners.
Turns out it's just some homeless guy.
Bro!
But,
Yeah, but I mean, look at the fucking history. No wonder why it's haunted. That
right?
is so much negative juju right there. Druids practice magic. Then you got these O'Carrolls that are like ruthless and give like the absolute no fucks and will kill you in any fun fashion that they can. Like, dude.
It's yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you for your deed. Now die.
Thank you for all you have done. Now I shall kill you as my guest. That's definitely not any bad juju at all. There's no bad juju in killing
No,
a guest.
absolutely not. And
Absolutely
then
not at all.
throwing them all into and then throwing them into a small little fucking thing, small little room that we call the oubliette.
Just throw him in the death pit. Let them.
Be gone with you. Oh, he looked at me funny. Die.
Throw him in the spike pit.
That's what that whole castle basically is. But apparently the Ryan said that they have experienced nothing with the elementals. They have seen screams and stuff like that. And the shadow people, but they haven't encountered anything that's like ill coming. Which is very shocking looking at the history.
Right.
Because even one of the brothers apparently got mad at the other brother and just fucking stabbed him. Dead. Done. Bye.
Yeah. Like,
Deuces.
whenever we think of the supernatural stuff, we always think bad things happened here, so it's usually angry spirits. There's usually a lot of negativity going on here and shit like that. Meanwhile, in this case, it's
What
just
if,
like
most of those... It almost seems like they're just sad souls, like, just trying to find somewhere to go, and the elements, like, the thing that, like, protects the castle.
could be. Takes more of a somber note than a vengeful one.
Well, that's the thing is like, unless you provoke the element or you pose threat to the castle, you don't ever run into the element that's there. But if you provoke it, and like, I was doing some reading on it, and apparently there was people that were trying to provoke it so that they could study the elemental, and in doing so, a couple of the people ended up with serious injuries, but they didn't say how.
That's crazy.
And I will give, like, because the castle has its own page, and there is other um ghosts that live there, but I did not have the time to do all of the reading, just like I didn't have the time to take all the notes for the bloody chapel. um and I'm not going to just sit here and read facts to you guys. I feel like that's kind of low key uncool. If I'm going to
It's
make content, might as well be original.
right. It'd be a little
Um,
like that one teacher that sits at their desk and just reads off the presentation word for word in a
mm,
very monotone voice. Just, and then they died, and then this person died, and then they won the war. Turn to page 37 and read it on your own.
yeah, that's exactly what it would turn into. But so, there's other hauntings, like there's the murder lady and a couple other things, but I found those things to be like the key things, and I really wanted to have my solid facts for the bloody chamber, but I didn't have time to get to it. But that, because it's a lot of information,
Mm-hmm.
so I just kind of skimmed through it and told you guys like the big key things. But um they actually include like the documentation of like the descriptions of events that people have encountered, and their website is very very um informative of what the Ryans encounter, and also very informative of like what their visitors encounter. And it is still very much a tourist attraction based off of the hauntings, which honestly, if you're a history buff, it would be fucking cool as shit to go to anyways. Doesn't even matter if you were fucking into paranormal. Just the history
Right.
is rich as hell.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, reminds me, because I've been seeing ads all over Instagram about it, but there's a boat in Duluth, Minnesota that's supposedly haunted. Like it's a big freighter ship, and you can take tours of it.
Dude, that is fucking awesome. I think the ghost hunters went there though too. They
Uh,
had like an exclusive, because they did several ships. There's one in Minnesota that they did.
mm,
There was one in California. There was one in Alabama, and then there was one somewhere on the 13 colonies on the northern New England side.
yeah, yeah. Like it's those types of things where even if you're not into the whole paranormal thing, like yeah, they'll do the whole, and this is where this spooky thing happened, and this is where this spooky thing happened. They'll still go into like, anyways, this is what this ship did for 30 some odd years. There were a lot of deaths on here because yeah, this line of work is deadly, can be deadly, and so
Well, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. They think paranormal, okay, so paranormal is just something that occurs. No, it is either a traumatic or a very influential moment happened to where either A, the souls are intertwined there, which means energy is now put into it, or there's an energy imprint. Um, and with that, it comes from history. It comes from history.
mm-hmm.
Somebody doesn't necessarily have to die in that area either for it to be haunted. They could have lived there for only 2 years. But if that place was like their place to them, or something happened and they need to get a message out, then there's going to be a haunting there.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time it's, most of the time it's basically non-intelligent haunting, which means like the energy was just imprinted. So if this person got up every day at 1 o'clock in the morning to walk downstairs, open the door, close the door, and walked back upstairs, laid back down and went to sleep, and they did this for several years before they died, that energy has a chance of being imprinted, and all you're gonna see is hearing footsteps through the hallway, down the steps, hear the door open, hear the door close, and then hear footsteps come back up. That's all
Hmm.
you're gonna know. You're not gonna know what that person did.
Right.
So, history has a very big part to play in how the hauntings are. Um, yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. Is like this, the cool thing is with most of these paranormal places, such as like the castle, or you know the the boat that you the boat that you were talking about, or the Alabama Steel place, you know, all of those hauntings come from the history.
Hmm.
And so if you're a history buff, go. If you like paranormal, go. If you like both, go. And regardless, it's just nice to see something other than your everyday life. And these places, when you look at them, because they are so well preserved because of the history and the paranormal community, it really is like a time capsule.
Hmm. Like, that's
So
one of
it's
the
just cool regardless to go and see.
yeah. Like, one of the things I've talked about with my younger brothers is because the trenches from World War One and World War Two are still like don't you blew directly into the mic when you did that.
I'm so sorry. I was trying to not blow it into the camera.
And instead you blew it right into the mic, and now I'm gonna have to like delete that 10 seconds of just
Listen. She went from suck to blow.
good Spaceballs reference.
Ayy.
Hey. Anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted by Randa going from suck to blow, uh, it's a conversation or an idea that my younger brothers and I had is because with the World War One and World War Two trenches still being like in the countryside of France, like even still where the bunkers were, those ditches are still there.
Mhm.
So our idea is to like take like a tent, like a pretty large tent, and take out the floor of it and put it where the bunker would be, and like spend a few days basically in a World War One bunker just to see what it was like, kind of live like a World War One soldier would through the elements.
I feel like that would be so creepy and also terrifying because what they went through in World War One and World War Two was just,
It's
it's
literal
brutal.
literal horrors. Like, I mean, you've seen those. There's the one famous picture of this one soldier, and it's a before and after. It's the day that he was drafted, or whatever it is. What when he volunteered for the war. You know, it's all the picture is he's all smiles. His face is full, but the picture that was taken when he got back, like his whole stature was And because he had spent so much time in a trench, he was extremely pale. His eyes were like sunken in because of how malnourished he was. You could see his cheekbones just there was basically half of a man there, or a completely different human
Yeah, and
being.
that's the sad reality of that time though. Because like the war didn't just affect those that were like fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So much time and energy was going into this war that everybody was basically going without.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the French countryside, all the farmers and all those people that lived out there, even they had to deal with the non-stop sound of artillery fire that would go on
And see,
24/7 for 5 years.
I worked for a lady. Her name was Miss Vicky. Miss Vicky. Um, she was a very, very lovely lady, and she was actually a Hungarian child of World War II. And I got the privilege for her to actually talk about it to me. Um, and which, by the way, Hungarian goulash, fucking amazing from this lady. She is an amazing cook. Okay.
Blows out the
Um,
Midwestern goulash, I
but
bet.
oh yeah, oh yeah, dude, I freaking love Hungarian goulash. I still make it to this day because of her. Um, Miss Vicky was a very, very lovely lady. Um, and she was about 6 years old when the war was going on. And her mother put her in this little cubby. And she literally watched her mother and her sister be shot by the German soldiers. And she barely escaped. It took about 3 or 4 days for her neighbors to be able to go into the cubbyhole and get her. And then they took her to the church, which then put her on a train that then, made her way over to the United States, and that's where she met her husband, and she lived a very peaceful life. But before all of that happened, they were so like they didn't have anything to eat, and she would describe how she was just so hungry that there would be times where all they would have is like the legs of the chickens, and she remembers chewing on chicken legs that had no meat or anything on them just because she was so hungry. And it is absolutely devastating what she went through.
Yeah, I
I
can't
mean,
imagine.
and there's more to it, but we don't have all night for a whole segment of Randa, who was friends with a child of war.
Right. I mean, shit. This is Randy's interest. Where's he when we need?
Right? I don't think I've ever told Randy about Miss Vicky. Speaking of which, I don't
Next,
think I ever have told him it.
just next time he's home, just be like,
Next, what?
next time he's home, just be like, so babe, did I ever tell you about the lady that I used to work for that survived World War II?
And get this, she ended up with an orchard and was running her own business.
Damn.
That's how she retired.
That's awesome.
Like, the fact that she went through all of that, like her primitive years of for development, And she became this very successful lady and continued to be successful even after her husband's passing. It's just amazing. Amazing. That's all you can say is it's
It's amazing.
amazing. They were resilient, and all these stories that the older folk, excuse me, will tell that they went through compares to nothing that we went through.
Yeah.
They were just built completely different back then.
It's just built different. Like, well, also way back then, the United States was still the land of opportunity. Like, up between, basically between the time that the Americas were discovered all the way up until the Cold War. America was the land of opportunity, but then the Cold War happened and the world itself went to shit. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real, the Cold
But
War
we're
never
not
ended.
talking politics. But we're not talking politics.
No. Good catching me.
You're welcome. We
'Cause
don't talk politics on
Because
here.
I have a rant.
Only facts.
I have a whole ass rant about that, but yeah, you cut me off.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Keep it
welcome.
endless lip. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. Just do our shoot the shit section. Say that 10 times fast.
Shoot the shit. Shoot the shit, shoot the shit, shoot
No,
the shit,
no.
shoot the shit, shoot the shit, shoot the shit.
That's too easy because that's just saying say shoot the shit section without saying shoot the shit section.
Shoot the shit section. Shoot.
You already failed.
You're becoming Sean Connery.
I'm
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery with the shoot the shit section.
Shoot the shit section featured by Sean Connery.
Oh, I will take La Tits now for 500.
Tips?
Have you seen the SNL skits with the Jeopardy SNL skits? Most of the time,
No.
like, they'll have someone do a Sean Connery impersonation, and most of the time it's just him pronouncing things wrong. And for the holiday episode, they did a Jeopardy skit, and one of the topics, the topics was "Let It Snow," and he pronounced it as "Let It Snow." Let It Snow for 500.
Lutits. Lutits.
And now you will never see Let It Snow the same way again.
Thank God. Anybody who has children knows exactly what I mean.
I
But
don't have children.
all right, well, I think tonight's been a good skit. I think tonight's been a good skit, or not skit, but a good episode.
Yeah.
I don't think we really had much dead time either.
Nope, it was pretty much just go, go, go.
High five.
High five.